fenced in. You're going to face the clerk and raise your right.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
May I inquire?
You may.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Jamila, Jamila, Adams, Adams.
And do you normally go by Jamila or?
I go by Mila.
Mila, okay. And what do you do for a living?
I am a professional chef. I have been working in the industry for 13 years.
So you're a professional chef. Do you work in kitchens and?
I work privately for athletes, prominent figures, and wealthy families.
So you're a private. Is there a difference between a private chef and personal chef? Are those the same things, or?
It's pretty much the same thing.
And how long did you say you've been a private chef?
13 years.
13 years. And what sort of training did you take to become a chef?
I went to school for clinical psychology, so I have a degree in psychology. But I followed my passion in cooking because I grew up in the South and we cook. So I did some training in France and also Italy.
And kind of very generally, what does a private chef do?
We provide daily meals for our clients. So that would be breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. It's typically a live-in situation. So readily available to them, kind of like 24 hours a day. So I would say it's based on clients' needs. So
And,
each client would, whatever your health goals were or health issues were, I will help you get better.
So you mentioned a little bit about what kind of clientele have you worked for?
Athletes, entertainers.
And without naming names, what kind of athletes or entertainers do you mean?
Singers, football players, basketball players, baseball players.
And are these professionals?
Very professional.
How much do you make in that job?
It ranges, depending on the needs they need from me. If it's a full-time live-in, it can range from anywhere $5,300 a week to $10,000.
Turning your attention now to a Mr. Stefon Diggs. Do you know Mr. Stefon Diggs?
Yes.
And how do you know him?
I've known Stefon Diggs for over 4.5 years.
And how'd you meet him?
We met in December 22 through an Instagram message. He first wanted me to cook for him.
And do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And could you identify him through, I see you're pointing at someone, but could you describe him just because we have to have everything on the record? Could you describe him either clothing he's wearing or hairstyle, anything like that?
A blue shirt and blue tie and blue suit.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant as Mr. Stefon Diggs?
It will reflect the identification of the defendant.
Thank you. Over those 4 or so years, how would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Diggs?
I would say it's complicated. We had it started out as friends. We met. It started out as friends, became sexual, and we would meet up, hang out, and we decided I would come work for him like February of 2025.
You said February 2025, you and he talked about you working for him?
Yes.
And that's as a private chef?
Yes.
What were the sort of terms of your employment? Like were you going to be living with him?
Yes.
And how many meals or what was it like working for him?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, yes. So as far as your employment goes, what were your duties working as a Mr. Diggs private chef?
My duties were to make all his meals, his snacks, and basically get him healthy. That was the start of our initially hiring me. He was coming back. It was his comeback year. And I wanted to help him get healthy, to eat better, to
So how does it? Do you create a menu? Does he just tell you what he wants? Do you?
I'm skilled with recovery, so I knew what it would take to get him, help him get healthy and stay healthy, to help him change his diet. So it was more so like diet change would be the focus, and just overall health.
And did you would you cook just for him or for other people as well?
Yes, I would cook for whoever was in the house.
And I know you mentioned earlier breakfast. Is that the sort of standard? Was it every day breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then?
Yes, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks.
And how much did you get paid for this?
We agreed on $2,000 a week.
And how did you get paid?
Finance office would pay me.
So you said that you, while this was staying in his house, right?
Yes.
Where was this house?
7 Schoolmasters Lane.
In what town?
Dedham.
And could you describe this house? What was it? It was a single family home?
What do you mean by that?
What was it? Was it an apartment? Was it?
No, it was a single family home's house.
And how many floors was it?
Basement, middle floor, a landing, and then top floor. So 3 floors.
And so, where was the kitchen?
The kitchen was downstairs on the floor you come into the house on. So the first floor, I would call it.
And that's where you did your chefing, cooking, baking. I don't know.
Yes, where I did my cooking.
Yes.
Yes,
And where did you stay in that house?
I stayed on the top floor.
And where was it in the house?
It was up the landing all the way to the back, and it was over the kitchen.
And was this a single bedroom that you had? Was it a suite? What was it?
A single bedroom with a full bathroom.
With a full bathroom. Was the bathroom off of the bedroom?
It's the bedroom, and then you walk back into the bathroom.
So
It was in my room.
Okay, so the entrance to the bathroom wasn't in the hallway; it was in the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. And where was Mr. Diggs? Or where was his bedroom?
Up the first landing.
Okay, so you said that there was the floor you come in on, a landing, and then
Mr. Diggs' room. And
Mr.
then-
Diggs was on the landing?
Yes.
Okay. How long were you there in that house?
From July 2025, July 20th, 21st, I can't remember the exact date right now, to December the 15th.
And during that time, who was at the house with you?
Mr. Diggs, his friends.
Did he have other staff that lived there, or was it just?
No, I was just living there. He had friends that basically lived there.
Okay. And while you were living there, was it a kind of regular schedule or thing? How did that work?
Yes, he gets a different schedule by the week, but it would change by the day sometime. Sometime he would have to go in later or earlier. So I would often ask at night what time you have to be at work, so I can have breakfast prepared for him to take to work.
Turning your attention now to November. Around November, did any sort of friction occur between members of his staff?
Yes.
And what was that?
I wouldn't... Friction... Say that again.
Friction
Was
there any sort of... maybe I should say it this. What, if anything, happened near the end of November?
Yes. A Instagram DM message was sent to his child's mother's friend, And this message was stating that I was telling his personal business of women that he was sleeping with that worked with us, that worked with me. And yeah,
And so-
as far as I can remember, it was what that message said.
And
So
how did this create friction within the people working for Mr. Diggs?
I was confronted by Mr. Diggs if I said these things. But it had already been Mr. Diggs had a ongoing sexual relationship with Lindsay Bowlin, and this person, she didn't like me, that fact that I was in the house with
So
Mr.
you mentioned
Diggs.
Lindsay Bolden. Who's that person?
Lindsay Bowlin, it works for Mr. Diggs.
And how? Like, what does she do?
I can't quite answer that. I just know he provides housing, pays her rent.
someone
I don't
who
know.
works for him.
Yeah, she works for him. I don't know.
And so, did you and Lindsay get into any sort of argument, or you mean, or?
We didn't get in. We got in an argument after Mr. Diggs confronted me. She sent me a message first, per his instruction, and called me a name. Excuse my language, you guys. A bitch, and she just went on and on and on in this message about me.
Objection, Your Honor. May we be heard at sidebar?
Yes.
At some point, were members of Mr. Diggs' staff going to go down to a trip to Miami?
The whole staff was supposed to go to Miami. Yes.
And when you said the whole staff,
I wasn't finished on that last question you asked.
That's fine, but I'm asking questions now.
Okay.
So at some point, members of his staff were supposed to go down to Miami, right?
Yes.
When you said the whole staff, how many people was this?
His assistant, myself, and his friends. It wasn't staff.
And did you end up going down to Miami?
No.
And why is that?
Mr. Diggs told me that I couldn't go because me and her had an issue from November the 26th issue.
Your Honor, may we be seen at sidebars?
Yes. All right, jurors, at this point, we are approaching the luncheon recess, so I am going to release you to the lunch break. We will resume in about an hour, just about 5:02. I want to remind you that you are not to discuss this case with anyone, not on social media, not even amongst yourselves, no family, friends, nothing about this case is to be discussed while this matter is still pending here. And I've instructed you earlier in the morning about that, and just want to remind you as well now. And we should have your lunch waiting for you. All right.
All right, jurors can step down this way, please. May be seated.
All right, Ms. Adams, before we proceed, I'm going to ask you to do your best as you testify to keep your voice up, please. All right, we need to make sure that the person in the last row of the courtroom can hear you even. All right?
Yes.
Thank you. Commonwealth, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Adams, can I now turn your attention towards the date of December 2nd?
Yes.
Were you still employed by Mr. Diggs at this time?
Yes.
And where were you on December 2nd?
I was in the house, 7 Schoolmasters Lane.
Gotcha. And that day, what were you doing that day?
I woke up in the morning, prepared breakfast. Mr. Diggs came downstairs. He asked me what was I doing for the week. And I asked him, oh, so you weren't going to tell me that I wasn't able to come to Art Basel? And he explained why, and it was because of the situation with me and the other coworker, Lindsay Bowlin. And I was upset with him, not upset at the fact I couldn't go to Art Basel. Me and him have a relationship for over 4.5 years. He could have told me weeks ahead of time because me and his girlfriend, Cardi B, we were talking about having like outfits and stuff. It was like a whole thing being planned, and he just waited till the last day. So I was more upset with him not letting me know I wasn't going to come like at an earlier time.
And at some point during this day, were you alone in your bedroom?
Yes.
And do you know around when this was?
It was in the, like around 3 afternoon, 3-ish up. Or
when you're in your bedroom by yourself, what, if anything, were you doing?
I was sitting on the bed, laying across the bed. I had my laptop, reading a cookbook, actually.
And were you communicating with any people at this point?
I received a text from Anna, was one of his friends.
Did you receive any text or send any text to Mr. Diggs?
No, the morning text. That was in the morning. We had went back and forth in morning text.
You had some previous texts in the morning?
Yes.
Let's go. You're in the bedroom. What happens next?
I was in the bedroom. Mr. Diggs came into my room. I was laying across the bed. He came into my room.
When you were in the bedroom, was the door closed?
Yes, the door was closed.
So when he came in, did he open the door?
Yes, he opened the door.
Did he leave it open after him?
No, he closed the door behind him.
And you said you were on the bed?
Yes, I was laying across the bed.
About how far away were you from the door?
About 4 or 5 feet, something like that.
So he comes in, closes the door behind him. What happens next?
He asked me to come here. He walked across the room and like leaned back on the dresser.
Okay, and just to give a kind of a sense, where's the dresser in the room in relation to like the door and?
Across the room, alongside the bathroom door.
Okay, so about how far away from the front door is the dresser?
I don't know, what, 8 feet? I don't know the amount. A nice amount of feet.
Okay, so some amount of distance from it. You said he leans against the dresser?
Yes.
Are you still on the bed at this point?
I'm still in bed at this point.
What happens?
He comes in, he looks very angry. He was upset from the text exchange we were having. And in that text exchange, he was calling me bitches, and he was just very upset.
But what happened in that room?
He came in and he with intent to hurt me.
No. Not his intent or anything. What actually happened?
He was leaning against the dresser. He asked me to get up to come here. I got up off the bed and I came across to him and I stood in front of him. Like I stood on the side of him because he was leaning back. I stood on the side of him and he was like, "What was all that shit you was talking?"
And then what happened?
And I was beginning to say, "You said," and I couldn't finish my statement and he smacked me.
So when you say he smacked
He
you,
smacked me with an open hand.
do you know which hand he used?
Right hand, right side of my face.
Do you know which part of your face got hit?
The right side of my face.
And I know you're putting your hand against your cheek. Is it your cheek that got
It
struck?
was my cheek that got hit.
About how far away from you were you from him when that happened?
I was at the end of the dresser.
And where was he?
He was on like in front of me on the other side of the dresser.
So about how much space was in between you?
Maybe 3 feet, 4 feet.
So you said that he I want to use the word. Did you say smack or slap? I don't know what the word was.
Smack.
So he smacked you,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
I went to try to like block him, like push him like this, to like stop.
So again, I see you're pushing your hands out.
I pushed up. He's way taller than me. I pushed up for him
How
to
tall are you?
4'11", 5 feet.
And how tall is he? Do you know?
6 feet, 6'1".
So you said you pushed out and you made a motion with your hands. So does that mean you pushed with your hands
Yes.
around like his stomach, his chest, his shoulders?
Up to block his hands.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then he Can I have a second? Can I have a second?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can take a minute.
All right. When I went up to push his hand, like block him, block him, he took his arm and he like came around my neck with the crook of his elbow around my neck, and he began to choke me, pressure on my neck with his elbow.
So you said you pushed against him, and then he put his arm around your neck?
Yes.
Do you know, were you facing away from him?
I was facing him.
You were facing him, he put his arm around your neck?
Yes, he like spun me around.
He spun you around?
Yeah, like I will have to show you more so than I can describe it.
Describe it as best you can.
I was standing in front of him. When he slapped me, I went to like try to hit him back like this. And then it was like he tackled me, like got me to try to keep from pushing him or protecting myself. And he put his arm around my neck like this, and he's choking me.
So you ended up in a position where his forearm or bicep was around your neck.
Yes.
And you said he choked you. What exactly, did he put pressure on your neck?
Yes, he put pressure on my neck.
And were you able to breathe?
At first, and it kept getting tighter and tighter.
So were you able to breathe?
No.
About how long were you in this position?
I would say roughly I can't recall the amount of time. I just know it went from the edge where we were in front of the dresser to the side of the bed to him falling on top of me on the bed.
So about how far of a distance is that?
About maybe 4 or 5 feet, something like that, 5, 6 feet.
At some point, did he let you go?
Yeah, he let me go. When we got to the side of the bed, I was pushing back. I started to do a move that I saw off of social media. He said to me, that shit is not going to work.
So when you said you saw him, you tried to do
It
a
was
move.
a defensive move where you try to put your hands underneath the person that's trying to choke you. It's like something I saw on a woman defensive page or something. And he said, that shit you see on Instagram is not going to work. And that's when he got tighter. Like, the more I was trying to pull his hand, he got tighter.
And then what happened?
And then I was pushing back. And then he, like, fell down on top of me on the bed because I was on the side of the bed. And it was like, he was, like, letting me, like, I guess he was about to let me go. But as he was getting up, he, like, pulled my hair. And he was like, yeah, I thought so.
And then what happened?
He got up off of me, off the bed behind me, and he walked around the bed. I told him I still haven't got paid. He said lies. And he was like, so what are you doing? So what are you doing for the week? And I was like, I'm staying here. He said, I don't want anyone in my house. I don't want anyone here. I was like, okay, so who's going to get my ticket? He said, who always gets your ticket? And that's it. He walked out of the room.
So from the moment he entered the room to the moment he left, about how much time went by?
My last text to Anna was probably like 3:30 something. I text Sunny at 4:11, so it was between that time because I didn't have plans. I didn't have money to go anywhere to travel, I know.
I know, but just the question was about how long time.
It was just in between that time. I can't say exact, but I know it's before 4:11.
So is that 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes?
He was in the room probably maybe 10 minutes, 15. I don't know. I'm sure. I remember.
When he left the room, what happened next?
I looked down at my pants. I had peed my pants, and I had just came off my cycle, and I was bleeding really bad again. I guess because I was so scared, I changed my pants, and I cleaned up myself, and I came back in the room, and that's when I text Sonny to get my flight,
And where was that flight to?
Atlanta.
At some point, did you exit your? When you said you went to your bathroom, was that the bathroom that's connected to the bedroom, right?
Yes.
At some point, did you leave out your bedroom again?
I didn't leave out my bedroom till later in the afternoon.
But so at some point later on, you did. Do you know about how long you stayed there?
In my bedroom? A while, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do.
So at some point though, that later on that day, you exited out of the bedroom,
Yes.
and what did you do next?
When I exited out of the bedroom? While I was in my bedroom, I was packing my clothes to leave.
Okay.
I called another coworker, I would call her, and I just asked her, like, you know, what she was doing. And she was like, I told her I wasn't able to go to Art Basel, and that I was going home, and she was like, oh, you should come here. And I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll come there.
When she said here, what does that mean?
New York City. So I then proceeded to change my flight to go to New York.
Okay. And when was that flight going to be?
I just know I landed at 10:49. It was a later flight in the afternoon.
But it's that day?
It's that day, yes.
Did you see Mr. Diggs anytime after that happened that day?
Yes.
And what was that like?
He was getting a massage, and I was leaving out. By the time I saw him, I was handing over birthday gifts that I had got
So when you said you were handing out birthday gifts, who were you handing out birthday
to
gifts?
him.
This is a gift that you had already purchased, or?
Yes, I normally give him a birthday gift every year.
All right. When's his birthday?
November 28th.
Okay, so this was a little bit afterwards.
Yeah.
So at some point, did you leave this house?
Yes.
How did you leave to get to the airport?
A car, a Uber.
All right, and so an Uber came and picked you up and brought you to the airport?
Yes.
You went to New York. Was it New York City or New York State?
New York City.
Also New York State, yeah. And who did you meet up in New York City?
I met up with Shy Charles, and she picked me up from the airport, and we went to pick up her friend Natalia, and then we went to her ex-husband's house to pick up something or to do something she had to do. We were there. We ordered wings and watched a movie, watched some videos.
And did you tell anyone here about what had happened to you?
No, I didn't tell anyone there because they have their own interpersonal sexual relationship. So I wouldn't have never told her anything like that.
How long did you stay in New York?
I stayed in New York Tuesday to Tuesday, so 7 days the week.
And did you come back to Massachusetts?
Yes.
And did you come back to working for Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
At some point, and I know this was a little bit before, maybe a little bit afterwards, but at some point were you talking to Mr. Diggs about money you felt he owed you?
It was past wages.
Okay.
Yes.
When did you first bring that up with him?
During the week of Art Basel. I want to say like maybe the 5th or 6th.
Of December?
Yes.
Okay. And so you felt that he owed you some money from wages that weren't paid? Is that what you're saying?
I wasn't paid for the time of the month. Like I had been paid for the weeks that I put in at that time.
Okay. And who did you talk to Mr. Diggs directly, or did you talk to his finance people? Who did you talk to about this?
It was a chain of command. Like I would talk to his assistant, But his assistant was under investigation for stealing watches and money. So I don't know if my
To
thing.
sustain, that portion of the answer will be stricken from the record, and the jurors will disregard it and will give it no consideration during your deliberations. Please answer the question asked. Commonwealth, next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. At some point, did someone from Mr. Diggs bring up a non-disclosure agreement?
Yes, Mr. Diggs likes to abuse people and try to hide his abuse.
That objection is sustained. That portion of the witness's answer will be stricken, and the jurors will disregard it during your deliberations. You are to give it no consideration and do not even raise it. Next question.
At some point, were you given some information about a non-disclosure agreement by someone who worked for Mr. Diggs?
Yes,
And when was this?
a couple days after the assault.
At some point, did you stop working for Mr. Diggs?
At what?
At some point, did you stop working for Mr. Diggs?
I didn't stop working for Mr. Diggs until my last day in the house, I would say, was the 16th. So, yeah, at some point.
So December 16th, okay. At some point, did you report any of this to the Dedham police?
Yes,
And when was that?
the Tuesday.
Do you know the actual day or just that it was a Tuesday?
I left on the 15th. I left his house on the 15th. I reported it on the 16th.
Okay, did you call the police? Did you go there in person? How did that happen?
I went there in person.
And what happened?
I was begging for my pay with Mr. Diggs, begging for days.
Objection, Your Honor.
And he refused to pay me.
Objection is sustained. That portion of the response will be stricken, and the jurors are not to consider it in your deliberations. Answer the question asked. Please phrase the question again.
At some point, you arrived to the Dedham police station.
Yes.
Did you speak to an officer?
Yes, I did.
And did you tell the officer about what happened on December 2nd?
I was very hesitant at first because of his fame and power. So, yes.
Objection,
But I did.
Your Honor. Move to strike.
The objection is sustained. That comment by the witness will be stricken from the record, and the jurors are to disregard it and not consider it in your deliberations.
At some point, did you tell the officer about what happened on December 2nd?
Yes, I did.
And did at any point you provide to the Dedham police text messages?
Yes. Yes.
Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a text message exchange between me and Mr. Diggs.
And is this the text message exchange that you provided to the Dedham police?
Yes. I deleted messages because making the report to the police in my previous abusive relationship,
Objection,
me,
Your Honor.
Ma'am, stop.
I'm telling why.
Stop. That part of the answer is stricken from the record, and the jurors will disregard it. Ma'am, please answer the question that is put to you.
Okay.
And if you don't understand it, we can have it restated for you. Counsel at sidebar, please.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Go right ahead. Thank you.
Turning your attention to what is marked as Exhibit 2, do you recognize what this is? You can look through it. There's one page if you want.
I recognize it, but the messages is cut off.
There's I believe 3 pages to this. If you want to throw 4 pages, rather, if you want to flip through.
Yes.
Do you recognize this, what these is?
Yes.
And what is this?
This was in a text exchange
Between whom?
between me and Mr. Diggs.
And when was this text exchange from?
The morning into the noon, 12
Of December 2nd?
Yes.
Is there a difference between the text messages that you provided to the Dedham police and the text messages that are here?
Yes.
And what is that difference?
I deleted bet and pussy, and I'm ruining that bitch life. Not mistaken. Yeah.
And why did you delete those phrases when you provided those text messages to the Dedham police?
Because when I was abused in my previous relationship, when I would say things,
The objection is sustained.
he would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jurors will disregard it. Sidebar.
All rise. Jurors can step down this way, please.
Jurors have exited. This court stands at a recess.
You may.
So the question was, why did you delete text messages when you provided them to the Dedham police?
The fear of how I'll be perceived.
Your Honor, may I approach also?
Yes.
Approaching now with, I may direct your attention to what is marked as Exhibit 3. Do you mind looking through this? It's a number of pages. And when you kind of have looked at it a little bit, you can look back up at me.
I'm reading all of them or just that first page?
Have you read a few of those? Well, let me say, from what you've seen, do you recognize what these seem to be?
Yes.
And what are these?
Text messages about the...
Do you know who the text messages are between?
Yes, between me and Mr. Diggs.
And do you know when these text messages are from?
12-2-ish. Yeah, 12-2.
So were those text messages that were going on between you and he that morning of that day?
Yes.
And if I can ask you to maybe go to the third last page on this.
In this whole thing?
Of this section. So if I'm, Your Honor, may I approach and...
Yes.
Yes.
So on the top page, there's a text that says pussy, right?
Yes,
Who sent that?
I did.
And how did Mr. Diggs respond?
Show me I'm pussy.
And how did you respond?
Will do.
And were those the last text messages sent before Mr. Diggs hit you?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Your Honor, may I approach once more?
Yes.
Bringing your attention now to what was marked Exhibit 4. Could you look through a few of these? And do you recognize what these are?
Yes.
And what are these?
These are messages that I sent him asking to be paid.
And do you know when around these were from?
It was a couple days after. They were in Art Basel. 12-5 it says. Yeah, I know I was begging for my money for a while.
When he was in the room, when he slapped you, when he put you in a headlock, was there anyone else in the room but you two?
Just us two.
And were there other people in the house?
Yes.
Do you know where they were in the house?
Downstairs. I'm not mistaken.
And you said you went to New York and you met with a Shy. Is it Shy?
Yeah.
How did you know Shy Charles?
She works for him.
Okay, so
She braids his hair.
and so has she known you longer or him longer?
Him longer.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Adams, today is not the first day you've told the story of what you say happened on December 2nd, true?
True.
The first time you told the story was on December 16th, right?
Yes.
And that was to Officer Ellis of the Dedham Police Department, right?
Yes.
And you sat with Officer Ellis, right?
Yes.
And you told him your story,
Yes.
and he took notes of what you were saying,
Yes.
because what you were saying was important to issuing a criminal complaint, right?
Objection. Just
Overruled.
I don't know what a criminal complaint is. I was
Well-
making a report. I don't know.
You were making a report to the police
Yes.
about what you said was a violent assault, correct?
Yes.
And your purpose in making a report to the police about a violent assault was to start a criminal case.
No. I made a criminal report to have a report to document it.
So documentation was important to you, right?
Yes.
The story that you just told to this jury under oath was very different from what you told to Officer Ellis. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
What you said to Officer Ellis when you reported this crime, this so-called crime, is that you had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to you.
Yes.
You told the police officer who filed the criminal complaint in this case based on your word that your fight with Mr. Diggs on December 2nd was over money. True?
Yes.
Except you just testified under oath to this jury that you didn't start talking about money until December 5th, right?
What did you say?
You just testified under oath to this jury.
I had been begging for my money since December the 5th. Mr. Diggs, and throughout those messages, you can see that I was begging for my money since that day.
Which message? Are you talking about Exhibit 3 that you just looked at?
It's other messages that you guys should have of me begging for my money from Mr. Diggs.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
do you recall testifying under oath to this jury that your fight on December 2nd was about Lindsay, your anger at Lindsay, and you being told you couldn't go on the Miami trip?
My anger was at Stefon. I never said my anger was at Lindsay.
You were angry at Stefan on December 2nd
Yes.
because you were told you couldn't go on
I
the
was
Miami
angry
trip.
at Stefon because we were friends, and he told me at the last minute I could not go to Art Basel.
And yet when you walked into the police station on December 16th, you said you had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to you.
Yes, money owed to me after I asked Mr. Diggs on December the 2nd, when can I get paid?
Your Honor, may I approach?
Your Honor, may we be seen at sidebar just briefly?
Yes.
you a document. Do you recognize that document that I've shown you as the police report that was prepared based on your statements on December 16th?
Yes.
You've seen this report before.
Yes, I made it.
And you see on the report where it says, she said that on this date, the male that she worked for entered her unlocked bedroom. They had been having an ongoing text exchange over money owed to Adams. She said that they began to discuss this, which apparently angered the male.
I did not.
Question pending yet.
Oh,
Do you see that language?
Yeah.
Did you say that to Police Officer Ellis on December 16th?
Yes, I see it.
And that wasn't true, was it?
To my recollection, it was true. We did discuss money and payment.
Ms. Adams, you just testified under oath about what happened on December 2nd, according
Okay,
to
I
you.
also didn't put in the police report our sexual relationship because I was ashamed. The police report got leaked. I didn't put a lot of things. The most important thing was the attack in the police report. Me reporting anything outside of why he got upset, I didn't feel the need to put it. I was scared of how it would be received by the public. He's in a very public relationship with Cardi B. So I did not put a lot of things in the police report. My most important thing was him assaulting me and choking me and slapping me. So that was the most important thing that I put in the police report. I was very vague. I didn't feel the need that I had to go and explain the relationship.
When you were asked questions, you actually gave
I
false-
didn't
Ma'am,
feel-
You must wait until I finish the
Sorry.
question.
Wait until counsel has finished the question.
Oh,
If you
okay.
can answer it, answer it. If you don't understand it, ask her to rephrase.
Because you didn't feel it was important. When you were asked questions about what happened on December 2nd, you lied.
It did not change what happened on December the 2nd.
I'm
It
gonna
did
try
not
my
change
question.
what happened on December the 2nd. He choked and slapped me.
Ms. Adams, I'm going to try my question again. Because you didn't think it was important. When you asked the questions of Dedham Police Officer Ellis on December 16th, you lied.
I did not lie. I just did not expand on detail on the relationship I had with Mr. Diggs. I didn't feel that that was important. The sexual relationship, I didn't feel like that was important. I didn't feel it was important that he was upset because I told him I was not in love with him like those other women. I was ashamed of being with him.
Your Honor.
Ma'am?
I didn't feel the
Ma'am?
need to explain it
Ms.
to the
Adams?
police officer.
Ms. Adams, I'm sorry. Please answer the question so that counsel can then ask you the next question. All right?
Under oath, on December 2nd, when you claim Mr. Diggs walked into your room, you had not been having a text exchange fight over money.
The last text exchange fight was over money. The last text exchange was me saying, you need to pay me out for the rest of the season. I'm out of your life. Give me the money for my business in that order. That was the last text exchange. His response to me.
Well, ma'am, before we get to his response, why don't we get
You
to
will
what
be
you
paying
were-
me out for the season and the money you said you would give me for my business. Wasted my, excuse my language, fucking time being here because you have a, excuse my language again, a fucking circus going on. I am out of your life. I am ruining that bitch life.
All right, Ms. Adams, you're going to listen to counsel's question. You're going to answer that question, and then you're going to wait for the next question. This is not an opportunity for you just to say whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
All right? It is to be responsive to the questions presented.
Okay.
Next question, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. That response that you just read, that was actually a response to something Stef wrote to you, right?
That was a text exchange over money.
No question, ma'am.
What was your question?
What you just read into the record, that was a response to a text message that Stef sent to you, correct?
Yes.
And in that request, in that message that Stef sent to you, you understood you were getting fired, right?
No.
What Stef wrote to you is, "I'ma leave you be. Thank you for cooking for me for this season. I appreciate you. Hate it even got to this, but oh well. Right?
Yes.
And you understood when you received that he was telling you you were not going to be cooking for him anymore.
No.
You didn't understand that.
No.
And that's why you responded with, you will be paying me out the season and the money you owe me.
No.
Because you knew you were about to lose your job, right?
I was not about to lose my job.
You didn't understand, I'm going to leave you be. Thank you for cooking for me this season. I appreciate you. Hate it even got like this as a sign that you were about to lose your job?
No.
Okay. In any event, you didn't tell Officer Ellis on December 16th when you reported this assault any of that, right?
The last text message was about money. The last back and forth text messages was about money. Money he owed me for not finishing out the contract, and money he owed me that he said that he would invest in my business. So I took a lower pay because Stefon agreed
Honor, may I have
that
the witness instruction?
I will have chance to work on my business by working with
Miss
him.
Adams, there's no question in front of you right now. And again, please answer the questions put to you. It is not an opportunity for you just to vent with your story.
You told other falsehoods to Officer Ellis, didn't you?
No. Not to my knowledge.
You told Officer Ellis that you had injuries from this alleged assault, right?
I told him I had bruising, redness, and soreness on my throat.
You told him you had bruising on your neck, right?
It was like red. It wasn't like purple bruises. On the incident report, if you pull that up.
You didn't have any injuries when you walked into the police office on December 16th, did you?
No, because that happened on December 2nd.
Right. So any injuries that you would have had, you had a reason for why they weren't there, right?
It happened, it faded. The fading went away the night.
Right. And did you take any pictures of your injuries?
I was in shock. The first thing was not to take pictures. It was get it together.
I thought you just testified under oath that you had just received a text message from a woman named Anna. That's Anna Kokolis, right?
You're in the wrong timeline.
You didn't just testify under oath.
You're on the wrong
ma'am?
timeline.
You didn't just testify under oath that you were sitting on your bed, reading a cookbook, got a text message from Anna, and Mr. Diggs walked into your room?
Mr. Diggs walked in minutes after I texted Anna. That's how I based the time on what time he walked in my room.
Okay. So you had a phone in your hand when he walked in the room?
My phone was on the bed. I was reading a book. I wasn't texting her in the moment of Mr. Diggs walking in the room.
No. Okay. But you had a phone right there in your room?
Yes.
It's an iPhone?
Yes.
And it's got a camera on it?
Yes.
And you can take videos with it?
Yes.
And you do take videos with it?
Yes.
You take pictures with it?
Yes.
You take pictures of yourself with it?
Yes.
A lot?
Not often.
Not often. You have social media account for your business, don't you?
Yes.
Do you post things on your social media account?
I'm not as active as I should be.
You don't use your iPhone to take videos or pictures for that?
I'm not a very active person on social media.
I see. But you certainly had a phone in your room when you claim you were violently assaulted and injured, right?
That has nothing to do or justify the reason I was attacked.
The yes or no question, ma'am.
Yes, I had a phone.
Okay. You took no pictures of your face or your neck or
That
your
has
chest?
nothing to do.
I need to finish my question.
Okay.
You took no pictures of your face on December 2nd, did you?
No.
No pictures of your neck on December 2nd, right?
No.
No pictures of your chest on December 2nd?
No.
You said Mr. Diggs hit you across the face. Did you have any marks on your face?
No.
You understand Mr. Diggs is a professional football player, right?
Yes.
He's an elite athlete.
I don't know. He's an athlete.
You don't know that he's an elite athlete?
I guess.
Okay.
You call him that.
And you testified he slapped you across your face?
Yes.
And you had no marks from it?
I was red. It was red. I'm lighter complexion.
Bruises, they get worse over time. Do you agree with me?
It was redness. It wasn't bruises.
Oh, hang on. There's an objection.
Oh,
So
I'm
let me rule
sorry.
the objection. That is overruled. You may answer the question.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I have redness, Mark. Like, I'm light skinned. I turn red when
You also get bruises, don't you?
if I hit something hard. Yeah.
Right. And bruises get worse over time, right?
Okay. I'm not
Do they?
sure. I'm not sure. I don't get bruises a lot. I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Officer Ellis you were bruised on December 2nd?
My idea of bruising is soreness, hurting. I was red. It was redness. My face was red and on my chest was red. I didn't turn purple or pink or anything like that. I didn't. It was redness.
Because you didn't have any injuries when you walked into the police station on December 16th, Officer Ellis actually sent you a form to fill out to describe the injuries that you said you had on December 2nd, right?
Yes.
And you filled out that form, right?
Yes.
And you didn't do it on December 16th, did you?
No.
He actually emailed it to you, and you took 2 days, and then you emailed it back. True?
Yes.
Okay. And on that form, you put that your chest and throat were very sore for days after, right?
Yes.
And you put that you had redness, tenderness, pain, and bruising on your neck, right?
Like I said, bruising for me is redness. It was sore. It was redness.
Well, you filled
Faded
out.
away in a literally like maybe by the next day, if earlier than that.
Ms. Adams, when did you learn that the defense had provided videos of you to the Commonwealth?
Maybe yesterday or Friday, I think. Sometime last week when I spoke with Drew.
So last Thursday, you met with Mr. Virtue to prepare for your testimony, right?
Yes.
And you met with your lawyer as well, right?
Yes.
Your lawyer is representing you in an effort to get money from Mr. Diggs. True?
My lawyers represented me in my workers' comp claim, the injuries that I received on the job that Mr. Diggs refused to pay for. That's what my lawyers represented me for.
Are you sure about that, ma'am?
She is my workers. I got my lawyer from workers' comp.
We'll come back to that. Let's stay with the form. You told Officer Ellis on December 18th, so now 16 days after you say you were assaulted, that you had redness, bruising, and soreness on your chest, right?
I told him that, or I wrote that.
Well, you wrote it in a form. You took your time and you chose which
I checked the
answers
marks.
to give,
Yes.
right? Okay. And you told him your shoulders were red and very sore, right?
Right. This whole area here was sore, across my chest, up here.
And you told him your whole body was sore, actually, didn't you?
It was.
You told him it was difficult for you to sleep.
I was very upset.
And I think you testified today that Stef supposedly put his forearm around your neck,
Stef did put his forearm around my neck.
not his hand.
No.
Okay. But you told Officer Ellis he used his hand, didn't you?
I told him he used this. This is the crook of his elbow. That is in the report.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may approach.
That's the form that you filled out over a course of 2 days and sent back to Officer Ellis, true?
Yes.
And if you look right in under the heading method and or manner of strangulation suffocation, right in the maybe top third of that page, you see that?
Yes.
Question number 2, how was the victim strangled? Check all that apply. See that?
Forearm, right hand.
You told him you were strangled with his right hand, true?
With forearm, right hand. That is what's checked.
Okay, but you just testified under oath it was only his forearm.
This is the right side. I'm little. Everything went across my neck.
So
So
you were,
that is what I meant by forearm, right hand was his whole right side. Right hand was the smack and forearm was the choke. How was the victim strangled? That was, right hand meant smack, but his whole right arm was across my chest.
You also estimated the level of pressure that the suspect used during strangulation. Do you remember doing that?
Yes. I peed myself, and I came back on my cycle really heavily.
So that was
so
a yes
it was
or no question
hard.
there? You gave it a yes. You remember doing that,
Yes.
right? And you had a choice. Low is a 1 and 10 is a high. You see that?
Yes.
What'd you pick?
10.
10.
Yes.
You said Mr. Diggs is 6 feet tall. He's actually 6'2", right?
I don't know.
You don't know how tall he is? You've known him for 4.5 years.
I don't know. He's taller than me. Way taller than me.
Okay. And you know he lifts weights every day, right? He takes hits from 300-pound men, right? For his job. True?
I guess.
Do you know that?
No, I don't know what his role is, and I thought he ran the ball. I don't know if people, I'm not sure what he does.
How many games that Stef Diggs has played in have you attended?
I don't know football. I don't watch it to know what's what. I've attended a couple games.
The question was, how many of Stefon Diggs' games have you gone to and watched?
Gone to, maybe 4.
And you don't know that he gets tackled in that game?
I don't really watch it, honestly. I'm just there for the vibes. I don't really know what be going on in football. I don't know the rules.
I think you will agree with me, that if Stefon Diggs used 10 out of 10 force on your neck.
It was 10 for me. For my little body and what I couldn't breathe, it was a 10 for me.
The question was, estimate the level of pressure that the suspect used during strangulation.
It felt a 10 to me. I could not breathe.
So you chose to answer a different question than the one you were asked.
This questionnaire is about me. Why wouldn't I answer it about me? This is not a questionnaire that's a united, I don't know how to say it, a global, this is about me. This is what happened to me.
Okay. But you will agree with me, hypothetically speaking, if Stefon Diggs used 10 out of 10 strength to choke someone, anyone, that person would have bruises on their neck.
Objection.
I would not agree.
Sustained. That objection is sustained.
You will agree that if Stefon Diggs used 10 out of 10 force to choke you, you would have bruises on your neck.
Objection.
Sustained.
Now, you went to New York, you said, on the evening of December 2nd, true?
True.
And you stayed there until December 9th.
Yes.
And you had your phone with you all week.
Yes.
You took messages. You sent text messages.
Yes.
We know that because that's when you started talking about your money, right?
I did what?
You testified.
I asked for my money. I didn't talk about my money. I asked for him to have finance sign off to pay me.
My mistake.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll get to that money, too. And you didn't think it was important to record your injuries or take photos.
No, I was in shock. This is someone that I love that put his hands on me. That was not my first instinct, was to go and take a photo.
Sure. And then December 3rd, you didn't take any pictures.
No.
And December 4th.
It's a very complicated relationship. No, I did not take photos.
And you didn't take any videos.
No.
And you didn't go to the ER.
No.
You didn't go to a walk-in.
He already hadn't paid my medical bills. Why would I go get more medical bills?
Objection, Your Honor. Move to strike.
The answer will be stricken, non-responsive. Jurors will disregard it and not consider in your deliberation.
You didn't seek any medical attention, right?
Unpaid medical bills.
Your Honor.
Counsel sidebar. counsel, next question.
When you were with Shy and Tolly for that week in New York City, you didn't say anything to them about being
I don't know
sore.
Tally. I just met Tally on the night of December the 2nd.
Okay.
Shy Charles has her own personal relationship with
Ma'am?
Stefon.
I need to be able to ask you questions.
Okay, I
and
thought
you-
I was still answering the first question that you said. You didn't let me finish.
Ms. Adams, we're going to take it again, just a question at a time. All right, it isn't an opportunity for a narrative, and so let her ask her question. All right, and then answer the question. And if there is, if you're feeling that you're not being allowed to finish, you let me know. But
Okay.
just take it a question at a time. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You didn't tell them anything about being assaulted.
These are not people I trust to tell anything of that nature to.
They're just people that you trust to spend a week with. in
These
New
are
York.
people that I met through Stefon Diggs. I had no choice but to stay with them. I had no money.
I thought you just testified you had a ticket to Atlanta,
That Sonny brought.
and then you changed on December 2nd, right?
Yes.
And then you changed your ticket to Atlanta to go to New York
Yes.
with Shy and Sonny.
I
I'm
didn't-
sorry, with Shy and Tolly, right?
Yes.
So you did have someplace else to
I
go.
changed the ticket because I didn't have money for Ubers to get home in Atlanta. Shy was going to pick me up from the airport.
Okay.
I didn't have a place to stay in Atlanta. I given up my place to stay with Stefon Diggs. So I didn't have money for a hotel or Airbnb to go home to Atlanta.
All right, Ms. Adams, hold up for the next question.
Thank you,
Go
Anna.
ahead, counsel.
You've traveled with Shy before, right?
Yes.
You went with her to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
You're actually friends with her, aren't you?
Associates.
Right.
Co-workers.
Well, you've traveled to another country with Shy.
It's levels to friends. It was a co-worker. I just met Shy in August.
Did Steph go on that trip to Trinidad and Tobago?
No.
Okay. And that was in the fall of 2025.
Yes.
And then you went on another trip in the fall of 2025 to see Shy, right?
No, I didn't go on another trip. I was told to leave the house. So I went to stay with Shy because I didn't have anywhere to stay.
Okay. And Shy picked you up in her car, you said?
Yes.
And can you describe what the inside of her car looks like?
It's a white car. I think it's burgundy or something like that.
So the outside is white,
Yes.
and then the inside is burgundy.
If most as I remember, I can't say exact. I think.
Okay. And Shy has a dash cam right in her car, doesn't she?
Not that I'm aware of.
You didn't see a dash cam in her car?
No, I saw like where you see the speedometer and stuff like that.
No, not down on the panel where people look when they're driving. Up on the top of her car, there's a bar on the top of her car with a dash cam on it, right?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that.
No.
Did Shy ever tell you that she had a dash cam in her car?
No.
Okay. Did you know that you were being recorded on that dash cam on December 2nd?
No.
Did you know you were being recorded on December 3rd?
No.
You know now you were recorded, correct?
Yes.
And you've seen the videos that came from Shy's dash cam in her car, true?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen them yet?
No.
Your Honor, permission to publish Exhibit 5. I understand it's already in evidence.
Go right ahead, counsel.
Your Honor, sorry, may we be seen at sidebar?
Sure. Go ahead, counsel. You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Adams, I'm going to show to you what's been admitted in this case as
Okay.
Exhibit 5.
I can't see.
Hang on, they're just putting it up. Just wait one second, all right?
And I believe you testified that you first became aware that there were videos of you last week.
Yes.
Okay, so we could just stop right there, Mr. Cutterwell. I don't know, Ms. Adams, were you able to see that person in that video?
A little bit.
If not, we can play the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay. You can play the whole thing.
Do we want to also move that a little closer? Or?
I think it's logistics. So while this is playing, Ms. Adams, do you recognize that person on the video as you?
Yes.
And you're sitting in the front seat of Shai's car?
Yes.
And this is you when you were just after you were picked up from LaGuardia Airport on December 2nd, right?
Yes.
Okay. Was there someone else in the car to your memory?
No, not when she picked me up.
I'm sorry?
No, not when she picked me up.
Okay. Did Tali Moses also get picked up from LaGuardia just after you?
No, she got picked up from a boyfriend's house in Queens.
Okay. But she was eventually in that car with you?
Yes.
So Shai was driving the car, is that right?
Yes.
And then you're in the front passenger seat as we see you?
Yes.
And then did Tali sit in the back behind you?
Behind Shy.
I'm sorry?
Behind Shai.
Okay. And this was all on December 2nd?
Yes.
And this is the day you say you were violently assaulted?
Yes, that doesn't justify or prove that I wasn't assaulted because I learned how to say face.
All right, again,
Okay?
this is a question, answer the
Okay.
question, all right?
Mr. Kettlewell, can we also show the next video? I believe it's also in Exhibit 5.
And Your Honor, just for clarification, there's Exhibit 5, I think, is just a number of videos in one exhibit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Virtue. And do you recognize the person in this video?
Yes.
And that's you in Shai's car again?
Yes.
And this is the next day, right? It's December 3rd. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Well, you might not be able to see. I'll give you, Mr. Kettlewell, is this marked as Exhibit 5 also, the stills?
No, the stills are 6 and 7.
I'll show you what's been marked as Exhibit 7.
Okay.
You recognize that person as you?
Yes.
And that's you in Shai's car,
Yes.
right? When you visited her in New York City?
Yes.
And you say you don't remember if that's, what date that is? Your Honor, I'm sorry, may I approach one more time? If I could direct your
I didn't say I didn't remember. I didn't remember what date it was.
Oh,
I can't tell the day that it is. I don't remember. I was in her car. I stayed for her the week.
Okay.
You're telling me it's December the 3rd.
if I can direct your attention to this line right here.
Okay.
See how it says 2025 1203? Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay. But this is you on your New York trip
Yes.
with Shai in her car.
My New York stay was Shy.
Okay. All right.
This has not been preliminarily marked. Parties offering it.
I believe that was intended to be in the thumb drive. It's in the thumb drive separately. So
The stills, though, I think Mr. Clerk is referencing, have not been marked as 6 or 7 as the court's record.
So if we could,
So if you want them admitted, they are not.
maybe we
I have no objection to those stills being marked as 6 and 7.
Thank you.
So this would be Exhibit 7 that has been.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Clerk. And this is,
Is there a copy for the court?
yes, sir. This is Exhibit 6. And this is court copy.
Thank you.
And then you also had some videos taken of you by Tolly while you were in New York, right?
I don't remember. I don't recall.
Do you remember? Well, first, you, Shy, and Tolly all stayed in Brooklyn, in New York, from December 2nd to December 9th, right?
Yes.
And you all stayed in the same bedroom,
Yes.
slept in the same bedroom,
Yes.
and were together a lot of the time that week. True?
Mostly yes.
Okay. And there was one night where you and Tolly were kind of goofing around with the video and taking videos. Do you remember that?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Mr. Kettlewell, can we play Exhibit 8? And, well, before we do, I would move Exhibit 8 into evidence. It's a video from December 6th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just no objection to that for the record.
And Ms. Adams, did you recognize the person on that video?
Yes.
Who is that?
Me.
And that's in Shy's bedroom, right?
Yes.
Where you and Tolly and Shy spent the entire week, right?
Majority Tally would sleep on the couch some days.
I'm sorry?
Tally would sleep on the couch some days.
Okay. But in that video, Tolly was videoing you, right?
I don't recall that
You don't
time.
remember that?
Yeah, but I was there.
Okay. Mr. Kettlewell, and Your Honor, I would move in Exhibit 9, which is another video from that same time, December 6th, 2025.
That's still,
For the record, I believe it's also Exhibit 8.
yes.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Apologies.
Ms. Adams, that was you on that video, correct?
Yes.
All right. And Your Honor, I would move in stills as Exhibit 9 and 10. Those are stills from Exhibit 8.
Your Honor, no objection.
Thank you. And Ms. Adams, I'd just ask you to look at those and tell me if that's a fair and accurate representation of you from the week you spent in New York
That day, yes.
on December 6th, 2025.
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, may I publish to the jury? Thank you.
Just for the record, counsel, what is the exhibit number that the...
I am offering to the jury Exhibits 9 and 10, which are two stills taken from the second video of Exhibit 8.
And no objection, Your Honor.
Are there any more video clips, counsel, you'll be using, or can we put the lights back up?
I think we can put the lights back on, Your Honor. Thank you. Now, Stef and his group got back from Miami to his Dedham home on December 7th, correct?
I'm not sure the day he got back. I got back on the night.
I'm sorry?
Tuesday. Well, it was late in the night. Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. The 9th, I got back.
Well, you know he got back to the Dedham house before you did.
I didn't know that. When I got there, I realized that he was there. I was in no communication with him on what day he was coming back.
But you were in communication with him.
To ask for my pay, yes.
Can you turn to tab C, which has been marked as Exhibit 3, please?
Mm-hmm.
And you testified about a text exchange you had with him at around 12:30 on December 2nd where you called him a pussy, right?
Yes.
And then he said, show me I'm pussy, and you said, will do,
Yes.
right? And then if you turn the page, if you look to the next message from you, so in Exhibit 3, there are bubbles, right? There's blue bubbles, you see, and green bubbles.
Yes.
And do you understand the green bubble to be Stef Diggs' messages
Yes.
and the blue bubbles to be your messages?
Yes.
Okay. And if you look on the page, I hope you're on the right page, it ends in that number on the bottom right corner at 118. Do you see that number? Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
So 117 is the page we just looked at.
Okay.
I'm looking at 118, your first message. And do you see down here these numbers here?
Yes.
So this message was sent on December 5th, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you sent it.
Yes.
So now this is 3 days after the violent assault that you talked about.
Yes.
And what did you say in that message?
Hi, can you approve my pay with finance, please? I have to pay my insurances this month. Thank you. Please and thank you.
Okay. And then if you could look at the next message. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's hold that for a second. So you were texting with Stef Diggs in the week you were in December. I'm sorry, in the week in December you were in New York, right?
I text Stefon one time.
Okay. But your testimony is you don't know when he was coming back to the Dedham house.
I didn't know the exact date.
You didn't. But you knew he was coming back.
Yes.
Because that would be important to know, right?
I've worked in this industry. I went off of a previous client schedule. They normally will return on Tuesday. So
Well,
I was in guest mode.
But the last time you saw Stef Diggs was when he was assaulting you, you said.
That wasn't the last time I saw Stef Diggs. I said it here that I walked in his room after the assault before I was leaving to give him his birthday gift.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. You gave him a birthday gift after the assault happened.
We were friends for 4.5 years with a very complicated relationship.
Okay. So if I could ask you actually to turn to Exhibit 4, which is behind the tab D. And Your Honor, this is in evidence. And if you look at that number on the bottom right corner, turn to the page that ends in 173. And I'll ask you some questions before we get to that substance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think you testified on December 9th you went back to the Dedham house, right?
Yes.
And you got yourself an airplane back to Boston, right?
Sonny got me an airplane back to Boston.
Okay. And you landed at Logan Airport at night.
Yes.
Then you took an Uber to the Dedham house.
Yes.
You arrived around 11:30 p.m.
Yes.
You were alone.
Yes.
You came by yourself.
Yes.
Didn't bring anybody.
No.
Okay. And when you got in the house, you went and knocked on Stef's bedroom door.
I went to put my things away and I knocked on his door. Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
I went to put my things away and knocked at his door.
Okay. And that was around midnight on changing over from December 9th to December 10th, right?
That's what it says here. I don't recall the time, but this is what the messages say.
Well, he didn't open his door, did he?
His code was different. He changed the codes when I came back.
Ah, right. Because in that house, the bedrooms all had key codes on each door, didn't
That he
they?
controlled. Yes.
Did the bedrooms all have key codes on that door?
Yes, that he controlled.
I'm sorry. This is a yes or no question. See if you can try it. Did all of the bedrooms in that house have different key codes on them?
Yes, that he controlled.
Okay. so you can't.
What do you mean?
You had a key code on your door, right?
Yes.
And if it was shut, it would be locked, right?
No. The door had issues. I would often text Sunny because she checked and make sure my door was locked.
I'm sorry, when did you text Sunny to please check if your door was locked?
When I left the first week of November, when he made me leave to have female guests over.
Your Honor, move to strike.
That answer is not responsive will be stricken, and the jurors will disregard it in your deliberation.
Okay. So on December 9th, round about midnight, when you got back to his house alone,
Yes.
you went and knocked on his door, right?
Yes.
And he didn't open it.
I didn't knock. I tried to get in the door.
Okay, you tried to walk into his door.
No, that's how I would go in his room. I would unlock his door.
Sure, just like always, right?
When he needs food and his door was closed, I would go in his room.
Right.
I never went in his room without permission.
You going in there on December 9th was no different than any other day, right?
No.
And when you weren't able to get in, you actually sent him a text message, right?
Yes.
And you told him, can you read what you told him?
I was coming to ask you what time you have to be at work and to say hi.
Okay. And then you just went right back to work, right?
Yeah, I went to bed.
I'm sorry?
I went into my room and went to bed.
You went into your room and you went to sleep
Yes.
by yourself
Yes.
in the house
Yes.
with Stef Diggs there.
Yes.
And then the next morning you got up and you made him breakfast.
Yes.
Now, you told Officer Ellis when you reported the assault that you left your position on December 2nd. Do you remember that?
I was saying I left the house. I didn't leave my position. I was really going back to get my things. I had no plan, with nowhere to go, so I needed to be nice to him.
Did you tell Officer Ellis, after the alleged assault on 12/2/2025, Adams left her position and left the residence to stay with a friend in New York?
Left my position mean I left to get on a plane and go. I didn't tell him I quit. That didn't mean that I quit.
You didn't quit.
No.
Did you tell Officer Ellis that on 12/9/2025, you returned to the house just to get your property?
Yes, I was going to get my property.
But you were also going to work for a while first?
Basically, I was going to get my property. I was trying to get my money. I asked Mr. Diggs the next day about my money when I returned to the house.
And you kept on cooking and doing your job for a whole nother week, didn't you?
No, I stopped cooking. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't cook over the weekend because I said on the 11th, I asked Mr. Diggs in front of his mother and Charles about my pay.
Okay.
That was another text
I'll ask
exchange.
a different question.
Okay.
On several days of that week, you simply kept doing your job, right?
And asking for my pay.
That's a yes or no question, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You kept doing your job.
Yes.
Officer Ellis was wrong when he wrote that you left your position on 12/2.
I left the house, so him putting position didn't mean that I left my job as a chef. I left the house on December 2nd.
So you told Officer Ellis that you left your position, but you meant you left the house to go to New York.
Yes, I left for the day. It wasn't that I was saying I quit or saying it in a way that I quit my job. I didn't say that.
You've mentioned Mr. Diggs' assistant, Sunny, a couple of times, right?
Stealing Sunny, yes.
I'm sorry?
Stealing Sunny, that's what he calls her.
Your Honor, I move to strike, and I'd ask that the witness be instructed to please answer a question.
That answer will be stricken. The jurors will disregard it. Ma'am, if you don't understand the question, please ask the counsel to restate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sunny was a friend of yours, wasn't she?
No.
Ms. Adams, you texted Sunny all the time, didn't you?
Because that was my contact. Go-to contact for payment, go-to contact if I didn't have access to his card or I didn't have money on my card to order food. And we would discuss things at work.
I'm going to show you a document. Take a look and see if you can recognize that as text messages between you and Sonny.
Robert, could I see what this is?
Of course. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
I'm showing her. Okay, you can have it. Do you recognize that document as text messages between you and Sonny?
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Your Honor, may I approach? Submit. This document doesn't have numbers on it, so I'm just going to direct you. Do you see where the messages start on Thursday, December 11th?
Yes.
At 7:44 a.m., you see that?
Yes.
And this is an exchange between you and Sonny, right?
Yes.
And you write to her, morning, did you change my door code, right?
Yes.
And that's what you were just talking about. Each door has its own door code in Stef Diggs' home, right?
Yes.
And you were having trouble getting into your door code on December 11th.
Yes.
And had you been having trouble getting into your door code since you got back on the evening of the 9th and 10th?
When I walked in on a knife, it pushed right open.
Okay. All right. So it changed in somewhere around there.
When the morning, maybe when I walked out the door, that morning I made breakfast. If I'm not mistaken, that's the morning that,
Ma'am, I'm just going to stop you because
Okay.
it's not responsive.
all right.
All right. So on December 11th at 7:44, you asked Sonny, did you change my door code? And she says, no, I don't know the code. Right?
She doesn't have access to change codes.
Okay. And she says, Rich? Question mark. Who's Rich?
Rich was like somebody that helped around the house.
He was like a maintenance guy.
I don't call him that.
Just someone to help around the house.
He did a lot of stuff for Mr. Diggs.
Okay.
He wasn't
And
a
he was
maintenance
at the house
person.
a lot, right?
If we needed anything, yes, we would call Rich.
Okay. And you say to Sonny, I asked, he hasn't answered yet. And then you say they changed it, right?
Yes.
Sonny asks, who changed it?
Your Honor, may we be seated sidebar? Yes.
All doing okay? Does anyone need a break? All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Oh, it's all right.
All right, so you say they changed it, right? And Sonny asks, who changed it? And what did you say to Sonny?
He said they. He said they. So
What else did you say to Sonny?
He said, hey, so Steph and the, excuse my language, white bitch.
I'm sorry?
I said, he said they, so Steph and the white bitch.
When you said he said they, the he in that sentence was Steph, right?
Yes. No. Yeah. Yes. 'Cause I said
And
Steph
the
next.
they, who was that?
them two together.
So your testimony is, so the white bitch, is that Lindsay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So was that the kind of thing you said to your coworker?
Yes, because she called me a bitch first.
I see. So you were kind of friendly with Sunny.
Yes.
You shared stuff with her.
Sonny disliked her too.
Okay. So you shared that.
They had
stuff.
their own thing before I came.
And then if I could ask you to turn to tab D in your binder, which is Exhibit 4. And I'm sorry to do this, but if you could look, the numbers at the bottom right, the number that begins, that ends 178. You there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that text exchange with Sunny, that was at 7:44 a.m. on December 11th.
Yes.
All right. And if you look at these messages on page 178 of Exhibit 4, this blue message at the top is something that you sent on December 11th, 7:52 a.m. Do you see that?
Yes.
And you sent it to Stef.
Yes.
What did you say to Stef?
Did Lindsay change my door code? And why can't I get into my room?
Okay. And then you and Stef kind of have a back and forth about the codes and why can't you get in, right?
Yes.
All right.
I don't remember that. That's not listed here, though.
Okay. And meanwhile, you're also having a text exchange with Sunny about Stef and the white bitch, right?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. May we be heard?
Yes. All right, it's stated at sidebar that objection is sustained. Let's move on.
Thank you, Your Honor. So you and Stef have some back and forth that same morning, December 11th, right?
Yes.
In text message. And he explains to you, if you can turn the page to 2 pages in, to page 180. He explains to you, I didn't know if you were if he was going come back or not, so I had him changed. Right?
Stefon know why he had the door lock changed.
Is that what he wrote to you on
Yes.
December 11th in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you respond? It's right there on the same page in the blue bubble.
No, it's not.
Can you see it?
Lord. Oh, Lord.
And if you can turn the page, Stef wrote, shit you was saying it was like it was over with. I was like, well. You understood he was talking about the text fight you had on December 2nd, right?
No.
Yeah. What did you respond to Stef?
I said no.
I'm sorry?
I said no. I didn't say yeah.
You didn't understand that he was talking about the last time that you saw each other on December 2nd, which is the day you got in the text fight about Lindsay and you not going to Miami?
Me and Stefon had arguments all the time. Like, not all the time, often, and it would just fly over. But it didn't turn into a fight like it did. I needed to come back to get my things.
Let's see what did you respond to Stefon on December 11th? And this is now 9 days after you were assaulted, supposedly.
I was assaulted. It wasn't supposedly.
What did you respond to Stef?
Was very emo. Sorry I made you feel that way. I don't want to leave. I want to stay to take care of you as long as I need you.
And you sent him a second message.
Really sorry, Stef.
You were angry with him on December 2nd. You already
I
testified to that.
needed to be nice to Stefon in order to get my pay to leave.
I'm sorry. You were texting.
I needed to be nice to Stefon in order to get my pay to leave.
Let's talk about your pay.
Yes.
You admit that you were apologizing to him about December 2nd and your behavior, don't you?
I was being nice to Stefon to get back in his good graces to get paid.
You were apologizing for your
Not
behavior.
by choice.
You were apologizing to Stefon Diggs by text on December 11th for your behavior on December 2nd.
Not by choice.
Is that a yes?
That's a not by choice.
It's a yes or no question, ma'am.
I don't know what that would be, a yes or no question.
It's a yes or no question.
If the witness is saying she can't answer that yes or no, she can have the answer stand that she gave.
Okay. All right, so your claim, I guess, is that Steph owed you money.
It's not a guess. Stefon did back wages.
You were
Wages
paid-
owed.
You were
It was
paid-
wages. I think you should use the correct language.
The correct language
It's
for your
wages.
civil lawsuit?
I don't have a civil lawsuit.
You were paid $2,000 per week to cook for him, right?
Yes.
And if you used your own money to buy groceries, you were reimbursed for that.
Yes.
And when you were hired to work as Steph's chef, you didn't have to fill out a job application, right?
I stated previously, me and Stefon had an interpersonal relationship that was professional.
So is that a no? I did not.
I don't
have
know how to
fill out-
answer that question. Yes or
Fill
no.
out a job application?
I don't know how to answer that question. Yes or no.
Ma'am, did you fill out a job application?
No.
Or no?
No.
Next question.
You didn't have any employment contract or anything?
Yes, we did.
Did you sign a written employment contract?
We had a verbal text contract.
Okay. You didn't have to interview with anyone to get the job, right?
He knew my skills.
Okay. So on December 1st, this is the day before you say you were assaulted, you submitted an invoice to be paid, didn't you?
Yes.
And can you explain to the jury, so you weren't just automatically paid?
I was supposed to be. They sent maybe 2 automatic payments, and then the rest was I would have to go through Sunny.
Right. You'd have to confirm with Sunny you worked that week, right?
I would have to, not that I confirm, I lived there, so it wasn't never a confirmation.
She was there a lot too, right?
No,
Okay. So you did have to confirm with Sunny if you worked there or not.
not that I worked. I had to confirm with Sunny my reimbursements. I lived there.
And on December 1st, what you did was you took an invoice for money you claimed you were owed, right?
It's not a claim, it's money that I was owed.
You submitted an invoice on December 1st for payment, right?
I don't recall. I don't know the exact date.
Have you seen this document before?
Yes.
It's an email dated December 4, 2025 from Melissa Goddard.
I saw that in a text screenshot. That email that Melissa has of mine was not working at the time. This was a screenshot that Stefon sent me. I never received this email.
Okay. This is an email from Melissa Goddard.
I never received it to my email.
Did you see the text of this message before?
I seen a screenshot similar. I can't recall.
No,
the
you
exact
haven't.
message.
Would you like me to give you a document to
Sure.
refresh you?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. I am, if you want to give the jury a break, it's just going to take me a couple of minutes,
Sure, why don't we just take a 5-minute stretch break?
Your Honor. I just don't want to waste time.
Mr. Bell. I'll have the jury back in at 4, please.
All rise, jurors can step down.
Sergeant Quinn back in session. You may be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I proceed?
Yes, go right ahead.
We were just looking at an email, and you didn't remember, you said you hadn't received it in that form. If you can turn the page, did you see the invoice?
Yes.
And that was your invoice, right?
Yes.
And you said on that invoice dated December 1st, right,
Yes.
that you were owed payment of $2,000 for three weeks in November, right?
Yes.
And you were owed grocery reimbursement for $3,179.06, right?
Yes.
And that was what you submitted to get payment.
Yes.
And you said you didn't receive this email, but you remembered getting it by text message, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so you have read, and you remember seeing the substance of this email, true?
Yes.
Okay. And this is a response to your invoice, right?
I don't recall because Stefon was refusing to pay me for the week he sent me home.
Well, Melissa Goddard writes on December 4th, I appreciate you may not have received this on December 4th, but she writes, "Thank you for providing an invoice. I've attached a readable PDF."
Hang on.
Yeah. And it turned out, Ms. Adams, you had gotten paid for 2 of the 3 weeks that you said you hadn't gotten paid for, right?
This is missing a whole lot of stuff.
The yes or no question.
I can't answer your question correctly without the proper evidence.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Do you recognize this document as text exchanges between you and Sunny?
Yes.
Dated December 9, 2025?
Yes.
And you're the person in the bubbles on the left?
Yes.
And you write to Sunny, "Hey, so I looked over my transfers, payment history, and they sent payments, 11/7 and 11/21, totaling $4,000. See that?
Yes.
So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those 3 weeks that you tried to get paid for again, right?
What's your name? I never got your name.
Did you know
I
that
don't
you
know.
had
I was trying to address you by your name because I'm sorry. I'm not this. I don't know. I can't answer that question correctly.
You knew on December 9th that you had been paid for 2 of the 3 weeks you said you hadn't been paid for, didn't you?
I don't understand the question.
You just acknowledged you wrote it to Sunny.
I was supposed to be paid for the week I was sent home. So
Okay.
I sent the incorrect amount because I didn't know he wasn't paying me for that week.
Right, so you sought $6,000 instead of $2,000.
That's my calculations was
Right. And so that last week, That was a week you didn't work, right?
Because I was sent home.
Right. So you weren't in the kitchen cooking.
Mr. Diggs sent me home because he had girls at the
Ma'am,
house.
Whatever you're going to
I
add
should
is
be
not
paid.
responsive,
I'm
Your Honor.
Yes. Ms. Adams, you
I'm
do you
sorry.
understand the question you're being asked?
I don't
Answer
understand.
her question. Answer Attorney Silva's question, all right, if you can. If it's confusing to you, she will restate it. Counsel, did you restate your question?
Yes. So you weren't in the kitchen cooking that week, right?
No.
Okay. If you can turn back to tab D, the page that ends 171, this is Exhibit 4. It has been marked and admitted into evidence. Let me know when you get there.
I'm in D.
You there? So these are both, on this page, these are both blue bubbles. So this is your text messages, right?
Yes.
All right. And on December 9th, 2025 at 2:27, you text Stef Diggs, right?
Yes.
And what do you say to Stef Diggs
Hi,
on December 9th?
Hi.
Do you need help finding it?
What's the last?
171. I can help you find it if it's easier.
I said, can she call?
I'm sorry, the second text message.
Read the second text message
Yes, please.
without reading the
You
messages
can read
before.
the first and we can talk about who you're asking about. That's fine.
I was told to contact Melissa about my pay.
Okay.
So I responded, can she call me or can I call her?
And Melissa, just to the record's clear, is Melissa Goddard, right?
Yes,
She's Stef Diggs' bookkeeper.
that's what I was told.
She's the person who wrote that email on December 4th informing you that you had been already paid for 2 of the 3 weeks you were looking for, right?
I didn't receive that email.
Understood. So you were asking if she could call you or you could call her, right?
I was told to
You were
reach out
told
to
you
her.
could talk to her, right?
Yes,
And you never called her, did you?
yes, I did.
What did you say in the second
I
text
asked him
bullet?
for the number.
I'm sorry, and
I
what did
asked him for Miss Melissa Goddard's number.
the number is right on the email that you got in text form.
But that was later time.
This was December 4th. The email is from December 4th. The text message you're about to read is 5 days later, December 9th.
What I'm trying to say to you is that text message was sent at a later date to me.
On December 9th, you acknowledged to Sunny that you knew you had been overpaid. I'm sorry.
Overpaid?
I'm sorry.
Underpaid.
You knew that 4 of the $6,000 you were seeking, you had already received. And the last week that you hadn't been paid for was the week you weren't there. And now if you can read this text message that you sent to Stef Diggs on that same day, December 9th.
Hi, so I looked over the payments. Are you not paying me for the week you told me to go home? If not, that's fine. And just for my past employers, when I'm asked not to work, I'm still paid because I'm only with them for the season. It was supposed to say them. It said the season.
So that takes care of all of the weeks that you said you weren't paid for on December 1st, right?
The weeks that I sent to him calculated was adding in that week.
Right. 2 weeks you had already been paid for. 1 week you didn't work, and you told Stef on December 9th, if you don't want to pay that, that's fine. Right?
Yes.
All right. You also sought $3,179.06 in reimbursement for money you claimed you spent on groceries.
Yes.
That was on December 1st.
I guess the day I sent the email.
Okay.
The text to Sunny.
And
You turn off all phones.
you knew that you needed to submit receipts to justify that level of expense on groceries.
That's what I did. Yes.
Is your testimony here under oath that you submitted receipts justifying $3,179.06 spent on groceries out of your money?
It was messed up. Was off. Something was off. Some receipts were the wrong receipt and we cleared it up.
So something was messed up about that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You talked about an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. Melissa asked you to return an NDA, right?
No.
I'm sorry?
No. Sonny asked me.
You received an email from Melissa Goddard on December 13th, right?
Melissa and Sonny, I was having problems with the email, the same email.
Yes or no question, ma'am?
I can't answer that correctly.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
You recognize that as an email you received from Melissa Goddard on December 13th?
Yes.
And the subject line is NDA payment?
Yes.
She tells you she's Melissa, Mr. Diggs's bookkeeper, right?
Yes.
So you hadn't talked to her before December 13th because she's introducing herself right now.
Yes.
Okay. She says, please return the completed NDA provided to you by Sonny to this email address, right?
Yes.
This is required for employment with Mr. Diggs or any of his entities, right?
Yes. That's
Sonny
what
has an NDA, doesn't she?
I'm not sure.
You don't know?
I don't talk to Sonny about her business with Mr. Diggs.
All right. You had some text messages with Mr. Diggs on December 13th, right after you got that email, didn't you?
I don't recall the date. I would like to see.
Let's go back to Exhibit 4. It's tab D, page 195. Let me know when you're there, please. You there?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this big blue text bubble right here at the top, that's from you, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you write to Stef on December 13, 2025, you sitting here playing in my face. It's 700 some comments and none saying you effing Lindsay. Not a one. So if I told someone that, why it's not in a blog? You're still talking about that blog, that anonymous blog that caused you to get mad at Stef on December 2nd, right? When he chose to believe Lindsay over you. I'll clarify. Thank you, Mr. Virtue. On December 13th, you're still mad about the issue that led to Stef believing Lindsay over you.
From my recollection, he didn't.
I'm sorry. On December 13th.
I can't answer that question correctly without the previous text from Mr. Diggs.
You write, not a one, so if I told someone that, why it's not in a blog? You believe it and now sign an NDA. Send me my money. You sitting here playing in my face. Isn't that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. You were mad about the NDA because you thought you had to sign it because Stef believed you leaked something, right?
Yes.
Didn't have anything to do with an assault.
What did you say? I don't understand your
You
question.
thought the fact that you were being asked to sign an NDA was an indication that Stefon still didn't trust you,
No.
right?
No.
But you're talking about Lindsay and a blog to him the same day you get an email from Melissa asking you to sign an NDA, right?
Stefon knew that I know.
Yes
so
or no
I
question,
can't
ma'am.
answer that question without explaining.
If
Sorry.
I told someone that why it's not in a blog, you believe it and now sign an NDA. Those are your words, right?
It was now signing NDA after you assault me. I had information on you.
You didn't
And you
say
think I was leaving.
Ma'am, it's not responsive. You didn't say anything about an assault when you talked about an NDA, did you?
It does not change the fact that I was assaulted.
You talked about Lindsay in a blog and he
It
believed in
does not
Lindsay.
change the fact I was assaulted.
The first time you connected an NDA with an assault was when you went in to talk to Officer Ellis on December 16th to make a police report, right?
Yes, because I noticed the behavior.
And that was the same officer that you didn't need to be honest with about some of the details about your relationship with Stef, what happened on December 2nd, when you left your position, why you went back to his house on December 9th. True?
I don't understand the question. Can you repeat it?
All of those things that you said to Officer Ellis on December 16th were not true. You had a fight with Stefon Diggs on December 2nd over text about Lindsay and a blog and him believing Lindsay. Not about money, right?
It was about money. The last text that I sent to Mr. Diggs was about money.
It was a bit of a compound question.
Sustained.
Yes.
Sustained.
It's true, Your Honor. Let's turn back to the text messages between you and Stef after you sent that text message to him on the 13th, connecting the NDA with Stef's believing Lindsay.
I didn't say believe in Lindsay.
Ma'am, there's no question in front of you at the moment.
You and Stefon got in another text argument about that issue, right? And if you could turn to page 201. The green bubble is Stefon, right?
Yes.
And he writes to you on December 13th, here you go. Don't worry about Melissa, and you don't got to worry about working moving forward. I never told nobody not to pay you. They said you owed money. You knew that, right?
No.
You knew that Melissa calculated the receipts that you submitted and determined that you had been overpaid. Didn't you?
No.
Okay. They said you owed money, says Stef to you on December 13th. Here go that bread you was supposedly owed, I guess. That's what he said to you, right?
Yes.
And he Apple paid you $2,000, didn't he?
Yes.
And then he left another $2,000 on the stair railing in his home for you.
And that was for the week that I was there.
That was for the week of December 9th when you worked, right?
Yes.
And he asked you 3 times in your text message, what else do I owe you? And you never gave him a number, did you?
I said they owe me grocery. I had given Sonny the grocery reimbursement, the person that was my contact for giving receipts to.
I thought you just testified there was a mix-up with the numbers.
Yes, but I had talked to her about that. We had came up with the exact numbers after she added up the receipts.
You understood that Stef fired you that day, right?
I was leaving.
Okay. But you waited until he told you you don't have to work here anymore, and he paid you $4,000.
I came back for my money because I didn't have money to leave.
So the record's clear. You came back on December 9th.
To get my money that I was owed.
You worked. And then on December 13th, Stef told you you didn't need to work there anymore, right?
I'd already had in my mind that I was quitting. I just came back to get my money.
You were furious with Stef on December 13th, weren't you?
No,
No?
no,
Do you remember that Shy Charles was actually at Stef's house that day?
yes,
And she was braiding his hair,
yes,
and she was staying downstairs. She was going to stay overnight.
yes,
And she finished braiding his hair around midnight,
yes,
and then you came down from your room to talk to Shy.
yes.
And you did that because she was your friend.
My coworker, we were cool.
And she's the person you spent that week in New York with, December 2nd, the day you were supposedly assaulted, until December 9th, when you came back to the Dedham house, right? And you sat with Shy and you talked to her until 3 in the morning, didn't you?
Yes,
You told her you were finished with Stef Diggs, didn't you?
I told her in the middle of the week I was coming back to get my money, and I was trying not to be there when she came to braid his hair.
You made Shy a kind of confession in that conversation, didn't you?
A kind of confession?
Yeah. You told her Stef was going to pay.
No, I did not. I do not recall.
I'm going to remind you you're under oath, and I'll ask you that question again. Did you or did you not sit with Shy Charles on December 13th, a few hours after you were fired from your job, and tell Shy that Stef Diggs was going to pay?
No,
Did you tell Shy you were going to sue Stefon?
no.
So after you were fired on the 13th, you stayed in the house, I think you said 2 more days, right?
I wasn't fired.
After Stef Diggs told you you didn't need to work there anymore and paid you all the money
That day you went back
that
to.
you claimed you were owed, you stayed in the house for 2 more days, right?
I had to get a plane ticket and I had to find somewhere to stay.
Okay. And then when you left his house, you went to the Dedham police station.
No,
You went to the Dedham police station on December 16th.
I left his house on the 15th.
You testified, and on your direct examination, you left on the 16th.
I left Stefon's house on the 15th. I went to the Dedham police station on the 16th.
Okay. And you told them he'd assaulted you 14 days before.
On December the 2nd.
And you had to pick a day that was long enough ago that it would explain why you didn't have any injuries, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
Part of the lesson you were going to teach Stef was to make a false police report. Isn't that true?
Objection.
Sustained.
Well, I'll ask a different question. Your report that you made, it's missing a lot of detail. Would you agree?
Yes, I was afraid to tell the relationship between me and Stefon Diggs.
It's missing more than that.
No,
Right.
it's not.
In your opinion, it isn't.
It-
Okay.
It's missing more of the text that was shared in the morning.
Okay.
It would have exposed a lot of things, and I still was trying to protect him and myself.
You actually recanted your own statements, didn't you?
No, I can't.
So you know the criminal complaint in this case issued on December 29th. Right? You know
What?
that.
No, I don't know that.
Well, you were the complainant in the case. Is it your testimony you weren't notified that this case was going to be brought forward to the court?
I don't recall. I don't.
It was big news.
No one reached to me that I recollect.
You reached out to Stef's girlfriend at the time after this complaint was made public, right?
Because in the police report, I had not listened to the voice note. I just read the voice note. I was afraid she knew. I was afraid.
Ma'am, It's a yes or no question.
I can't answer that question.
After this complaint became public on December 29th, you reached out to Stef's girlfriend, didn't you?
I can't recall the date, but yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Counsel, actually approach sidebar. All right, jurors, we are going to be recessing for the day. And I want to remind you not to discuss this case with anyone, including your fellow jurors, family members, or friends.